This is Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media here at the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada for the UFC 130 fight between Rampage Jackson and Matt the Hammer Hamill. Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media here with Marcus Luttrell, the author of Lone Survivor, the incredible story of Operation Redwing. First of all, we are here to support the Boots campaign for the Lone Star Foundation. Can you please discuss the Boots campaign with us and a little bit about your foundation?
Absolutely. They both started kind of at the same time frame, this, that, and the other. The boot campaign started with 5 East Texas women. The lady that I met that actually kind of came up with the idea. It was kind of funny how I met her, but anyways, she was just sitting around and she said she was reading Lone Survivor and just thought to herself, she's like, I need to do more to support the troops. So she came up with this idea of, she kind of rattled around a little bit, and she was just like, what can I do? And she came up with the idea of just taking combat boots, military combat boots, and going out to the American public and say, hey, put these on there, get the picture taken, support the troops, this, that, and the other. And I was just like, that's probably the best idea I've ever heard of supporting the troops. I mean, how simple is that? You know what I mean? So, yeah, and she's just like, we've started this, and I was like, well, I've started Lone Survivor Foundation, and I was like, why don't you grab a hold of my belt here, and we'll see how far we can go with it. And boot campaign is the power behind our machine, so to speak. It's the media outlets. They're the ones that get out to the American public. They're the ones that get the actors, the politicians, the athletes. The fighters. And they bring awareness to our foundation, and our foundation, absolutely brings awareness to theirs. So it's a great partnership. It's like one of those handshake kind of deals, and out on the East Texas ranch, man, and I stuck to it. And it's kind of a great story, really, because out of tragedy, we're building something that's going to hopefully do great things. And all I can say is, here I am talking to you for the UFC and for the fights. You know what I mean? So obviously it's grown legs, man. It's running. So we're really excited about it. And
an incredible fighter like Brian Stanton, and an incredible patriot like him out to support your foundation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian's a great guy. I've known him for a little while now, and you can't say enough about him. Did his stretch for the country. The war fighter. Ground pounder, man, getting out there and getting in the mud. And then, he comes out, and he could have been done with that. He could have washed his hands up, but, once a Marine, always a Marine, so to speak. So that's the way those guys run hard, man. And, he decided, what can I do after I've been in combat for this and the other? Oh, let me go be a MMA fighter. And then not only that, now I'm in the UFC. So, and he's a champion. So, and then on top of that, he has his own foundation where, he helps out the guys, with getting jobs and stuff like that. It's just like one of those guys who's like, oh, I was this, that, and the other. Now I'm a brain surgeon. It's just like, where does the ladder stop for this guy, man? And it doesn't. That's the kind of guy I was saying earlier, man. You want to be around. You don't want to be around the guy who's like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch TV. You follow that guy, man. You're gonna get somewhere. I mean, he's just, and for him to extend his hand to us, man, and be out here to support us and this, that, and the other, you can't say enough about him, man. I know he doesn't like kiss asses, and I ain't trying to kiss his ass. Brian, I ain't kissing your ass, but because you're a Marine, no. But great guy, man, and to be out here with him on Memorial Day, to when he fights stuff like that, I make sure that he knows that I'm supporting him, and I'm backing him up, just like all his Marines and stuff like that. We really get behind him, and he does great things, and we're so proud of him, man.
Now, I want to discuss not only Operation Redwing, but your book, Lone Survivor, and your take on the story. This story, not only is it an incredibly heroic story of your journey and your means of survival, but also a very tragic story. Was it difficult for you to be able to put this on paper, and was there any hesitation for you in wanting to put your story on paper and get it published and make it known to the public?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we run that quiet line, behind the scenes kind of deal. So, when I got back, it had already blown up. The media had a hold of it. When a helicopter goes down, it turns heads. We get killed out there or whatever. We're on the ticker on the bottom. Helicopter goes down. It's a big deal, man. So, and then people just started kind of just going after it, and most of the stuff that was getting printed was wrong. And it was, you got a family member sitting over there reading something in a paper. It's supposed to be legit. You're supposed to check it out. And, it got even worse to where, like, I was getting phone calls going, what's this all about? And I'm like, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, I mean, I'm pulling you deep into the story now. Okay, so it was like I remember I was in physical therapy. I was doing physical. I got out of the hospital. And I was doing physical therapy, and I got a call from the higher ups in my community, and they were just like, "You need to come over here when you talk about this." And my debrief had already been, I'd already done my debrief and everything like that. So they basically took the debrief, and we were just like, "We're gonna put this on paper. We're gonna put this out." They set everything up, and I was like, I just want to go back to the team and go deploy, and that's what I did. We put the book on print, and I went back. I left for Iraq for 7-8 months. And I got back, and then I was pretty beat up, man. I got discharged. I got out, and then book came out, man. And I didn't really think. I mean, I got to really concentrate on. I wrote the story. There it is. And then, man, it just flew. I mean, everybody got a hold of it, and everybody takes something different from it. Like the gun battle. How hard the guys fought. The village that saved my life. What was going on back at my house? What was going on at Axe's house? And it's just like everybody who comes up to me is like, what, this really affected me in this way, and I just want to let you know about it. And I was like, I appreciate it, man. I was like, I'm just telling the story, man. Any one of my guys, I mean, they did they fought just as hard, if not harder than I did. I mean, they paid the ultimate sacrifice. So, and it was really important for me that they be recognized for it. So that's, people ask me how you get up and tell this story. I was like, well, what kind of cowardly ass would I be if I didn't? You know what I mean? I mean, as long as I'm out there and if I tell you the story and you turn around and tell somebody else the story, then my guys really, their memory never dies. You know what I mean? They're not a name on a wall. They're a conversation in everyone's home. So
very quickly, Marcus, you being able to see firsthand just so much sacrifice that our American soldiers deal with, in the war for worldwide freedom. What was your reaction to hearing the news of Osama bin Laden's death? What was just emotionally, what was that like for you to hear that news and see finally after 10 years of just it's hard to say patience from the American community, but finally to have that relief, and to finally hear that relief and finally see that goal be accomplished. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I was happy. I was ecstatic. It was a proud day to be in the military. I mean, so much hard work went into, and you got to back it all the way back from the first guys on the ground till when that happened, because it was all a rung on the ladder. Every little detail had something to do with it. So, I mean, you can't. I mean, obviously, the press is doing a real big job on promoting the SEALs and everything like that. But you don't understand. I mean, we don't action anything without. There's so many moving parts below. It's kind of like a duck on the pond, man. You know what I mean? We're just kind of sitting up on the top, but the legs are going a million miles an hour. So, everybody deserves credit on that. I was happy, man. I can't get into too much detail about it, man, but I was happy.
Well, thank you for everything, Marcus. You're an incredible hero, and it's a beautiful story that everybody should read. And thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.